This game is loud, bro. Damn. Whole anime opening. They got a gallery too. I don't know if I want to check that just yet, but first thing first is let me turn on the volume, bro. Cause I could tell even in the last time what's it called? What do you mean unseen text? After choices, transitions. Okay. Oh, do I get to make choices? Hold up. I'll put like this one like up here. I have not heard a voice that I don't think I have. Maybe I don't know. I'm gonna put this like down here. It was really loud. Maybe a little higher. Maybe just a little bit. Right? Like something like that. But it was like super loud, especially on some of the songs. The OST in the back, it was like tremendously loud. Anyways, here's part 2. I don't know. This game's something. I'll say this. It's definitely more interesting than Lane. Even though Lane, you know, they had like similar like touchy subjects like suicide and stuff like that, right? I remember that happened like very beginning. And there had like a lot of other like similar kind of elements, not really, but like kind of like the same kind of vibe almost, kind of very like a little bit, right? And they both both of the main characters look the same. Come on. But anyways, I don't really mind like shock factors and stuff like that, especially in like the main plots of the story. But as long as they do it justice, there's nothing more than I hate than a story that makes something like what's it called? How do I explain this? Like they put shock factor in just for it to be there, right? Like, oh, I'm gonna like they make choices in the story, right? They write certain things without a purpose, right? Those are the things I hate. Right? It makes the story so much worse because that plot point instead of progressing the story, it just makes it worse. It just drags it down because there was no reason for you to do that. You just felt like doing it. You just felt like adding it in, right? But depending on how they, you know, maybe continue this and end it, alright, whatever the story is, right? Wherever it goes, right? You know, like the whole like shock factor, oh, this is a really bad situation, right? Type, almost taboo, right? I hope it has an actual meaning and an actual point to it, right? And it's not just throw away. Oh, I'm just adding it here because I think it. I don't know. I just feel like it, right? I just want to like make everybody shocked, right? It's like adding gore to like a movie that doesn't need it, right? They could have worked really fine without it, right? Or maybe they could have used it, right? But they didn't use it properly, and it just like ended up being silly, right? Because they didn't use it properly. They didn't set the mood. The characters aren't fitting in with the whole vibe, stuff like that, right? If it doesn't fit, it just makes it worse. So don't add it, right? But you know, like here, you know, it's like the whole story about like the guy being really older, and the girl going missing, right? So I don't know. We'll see how it goes, but hopefully it gets somewhere, and it's not like a just for fun type thing where they don't really fully explain anything. Oh wait, shoot! I have to save. I have to load. Hold up. Okay, load. Yeah, load. Yes, I already started the game. Yeah, the weird thing about this game is it's hard to find a place to stop, right? Because it just keeps going. I mean, there was like that one episode 1 type thing, but like they don't really give me like pauses in like the story. Like, you know, like a point where I could just like stop it, right? Whenever I feel like, right? And there's not like consistent stops like episode 1, like, you know, there's like the episodes are pretty long, is what I'm saying. But yeah, we'll see where we stop this time. A bird flies past the window. Again? Era. What? I'm really using up all my luck these days. Okay, so they're in the bathroom again. Era sits smoking in the girl's bathroom, just like she did when I first talked to her. Okay, yeah, we're in the bathroom again. Some snowflakes blow into the room and stick into her hair. It's gotten colder. Maybe you shouldn't sit so close. I don't like going to classes much, but you can really get kicked out like that. Is that why you came here? To tell me that? I don't want to hear it. I want to hear it all. I know that. I'm not stupid. I don't think you are. Do you just really not care? Everyone says you'll get sent away. That your parents will send you to live with a relative. Is that true? Probably, yeah. Oh, damn. Gah. Of course it's true. I knew it was true when I asked the question. Maybe. Maybe if you just clean up. Okay, so here's one thing I want to talk about, right? I feel like they could do it justice, right? This whole situation, they could do it justice from vaguely what they've explained, right? Because they set up like her obsession really well, right? Like the main character's obsession with this girl, right? It makes sense because she has like nobody to talk to. Like she only her family, right? But she has no friends. She has like everybody in class hates her, and they'll make fun of her. They'll like play tricks on her. They basically use her as a punching bag, right? So all she's ever known is that. So finally somebody her age is giving her attention and like being friendly and being a normal person to her. So obviously she's gonna want to cling to that, right? Into like almost like an obsessive manner, right? So it's built up properly, and it's not just being obsessive just for the sake of it, right? Like for example, like just being a yandere, right? Like in the very basic like yandere like setting, right? Where a character will be just obsessed just cause, right? Just cause they like him or something, right? But here there's actually a reason for it, and you can just look at it and be like, oh yeah, that makes sense, right? Instead of it just being random, right? Or it not fitting, right? The character or something like that, right? But here it's set up pretty well, and it makes sense psychologically and just like story-wise, so it's not a big deal, right? It flows nicely, right? And that's what they have to do with the whole situation here. And if they can do that, they can land they can land their feet like a cat, then the story's fire, right? It's justified, right? But if they can't, and instead they just like play with the idea in like a childish way or something like that, or like a not like they don't really like fully fledge out the idea or something like that, like they don't do it justice. They don't actually give it a purpose, then it falls on the falls on its feet. It breaks apart, and basically it's just like there was no point in making it such a controversial subject or whatever. If that's where they're going with this, I'm assuming. Maybe if you just cleaned up, if you stop skipping now, then maybe you won't have to go. And if you're having a hard time with studies, I can help. We could go to the library or something, and we could be friends, and we could eat lunch, and maybe we could do sleepovers, and maybe we could have birthday parties, and maybe there's 1 month left. It's not gonna work. I get it. My voice is shaking. It's better if I keep staring at my shoes. It's okay. It's about what I expected. Of course I knew it's pointless to cram at this point. It was just an excuse. A selfish ploy to get some scraps of Ira's time before she goes. I wonder, did I do the same when Toshia moved away? It's only been 3 years. But now that I think back to it, it's also hazy. I was a very different person then, I'm sure. At least I probably didn't humiliate myself like this. Well, I'm sure this Toshia person, right, was way more friendlier than Ira, and more like, yeah, let's be friends. Ira's not really like that. Hey, huh? Thanks. No, I didn't do anything. It was a dumb suggestion. It was nice of you. Haha, nice, right? She doesn't know. She thinks I'm doing this out of the kindness of my heart. It's just not fair. She really is too good of a person. Are you not going to the toilet? Oh, actually, since you're here, have you seen anyone hiding a diary nearby? A diary? Yeah. The one we use for classes. Maybe you've seen something like that lying around. Ira's expression darkens. Oh, don't worry. We were just playing a game. I guess the guys got a little carried away. I've checked the whole class and the corridors. It's probably somewhere really obvious, but I'm just no good at the kind of stuff. Man, they probably took it. They didn't even hide it. They just took it, bro. When I hid Igor's pencil case, they found it right away. She throws the cigarette butt out the window and hops off the windowsill. Without saying a word, Ira storms past me, but I grab onto the edge of her dress just as she's about to leave. Wait, I said it's fine. We were playing a game. Really? Please, don't get into more trouble because of me. I wasn't going to. Huh? I have an idea where it is. It was Garin, right? No. Shuri Kov. Same difference. She walks out to the corridor. I tag behind. I'm not sure what place Ira has in mind, but it becomes immediately clear when she makes a sharp turn to the right. Wait, serious? She swings open the door to the boys' restroom and loudly marches in. Wait, damn, damn, alright. Gah! Some poor guy stumbles out, almost colliding with me. Gah! Sorry. We're sorry. He turns and shakes his head at me in disbelief. I mean, what's there to say? Oh, damn. Man, MC goes in too? I follow Ira to the bathroom. Oh, the smell is so much worse than this one. I look around and see Ira's hand reaching above one of the stalls. Ah, there it is. My diary. Right by the tiny window at the top. Ira steps on the toilet bowl. Please, be careful. I'm fine. She grabs into the flush tank secured way above. Then uses it as an anchor. She reaches for the windowsill. Catch. Pop. I clasp the diary in my hands. It's really been here all along. I look up at Ira, who's now awkwardly trying to get down. Wow, thank you. Yeah. Oi. What? Bam. Ira almost loses her balance, but jumps just in time. The bowl makes a loud clang as she hops off. Whoa. You okay? Yeah. Let's get out of here. You think it's broken? Don't know. I didn't say anything. But why would I be in a men's toilet? Gross. Ah, I see. Okay. Thank you again. I did. How did you know it would be in the boys' room? You think Shurik would go into the ladies' room? No. I suspected they put it there. I just didn't have the courage to enter. You can't keep doing this. I know. I should have checked there from the start, instead of running around the whole school like a... No. You can't keep going along with it. It was just a game. It wasn't. No, really. We're just playing around. Bull crud. Ha! You know dang well what they're doing. They're not your friends. Well, I mean, like, to be honest, like, who else you got? You know, like, this is the time where she can be like, oh, I'll be your friend, right? Maybe lock in, right? Cause that'll actually solve the problem. Like, cause who else you gonna talk to, bro? Even the girls were like, they like messed up her makeup, something like, right? On purpose, right? So like everybody in the class hates her, right? So like, what are they gonna do, bro? I never said they were. Then why don't you tell them to get away for once in your life? I can't. You like being a victim that much? It won't get any better if you keep doing this. It'll only get worse. It's not that bad. And I wouldn't. I can't just say something like that to them. I'm sorry. Why the hell not? Well, it wouldn't be right, and for the love of... It's not like I never tried it before. But when I say something, they just make fun of me. And nothing changes. So freaking what? Who cares about what they say? Just don't bother with them. Man, if she don't bother with them, she don't bother with nobody, she gonna be cooked. I'm not like you. I can't do that. I can't act like I don't care when everyone's laughing. I can't look at people in the eye like that. And when I go along with it, at least they talk to me. And there it is. Like, she literally nobody talks to her. And I know you're okay on your own, but So what's your plan, huh? That's it? You're gonna spend the next 3 years like that? Seriously. She exhales sharply. She doesn't even look annoyed anymore. I get that. I'm also disappointed in myself. Aisha. Yes? You know I'm leaving soon. That's right. I understand what she's getting at. The unspoken rule Garen and his friends have been sticking to, holding themselves back when Ira's around. The real cowardly reason I'm so terrified of her going away? I don't know what to do. Why can't I stop? The hand she's been dealt is much worse than mine. But here I am, whining and clinging to her like a leech. I should be the one helping. I should be the one telling Ira to get her act together. And yet, I can't think of a single thing to give her. Write me a poem. Huh? A poem. Huh? Why? What kind of question is that? Because I liked him. Oh, really? You liked him? You like my poems? Why else would I ask? And that's... Thank you very much. I mean, yes, of course. I'll write one. Do you want it to be about something, or maybe in a specific meter? A metric? I don't care. Anything. Alright, I'll think of something then. I'll try. Yeah, you do that. Ira checks her wristwatch. I gotta go. See you around, I guess. Already? Yeah, alright. See you around. She waves her hand and leaves. I watch her walking down the empty corridor. Empty. I've really stayed in school for way too long. The shadows stretch along the hallway, tall and dark. Yeah, that's like mad dark. My heart is pounding. I should get going too. Alright. My life didn't exactly change. I went to school the same way. I sat through the lessons, then went to the store, then to the library or for a walk, and then when it got dark I headed home. Day after day. Sometimes my classmates joked around with me. I think they're joking at you, I ain't gonna lie, like joking of you. Whenever that happened, my thoughts involuntarily drifted to Ira. Damn, what is this beat, bro? Damn. She still attended classes. She vanished during breaks. I never asked for it to. I kept imagining scenarios in my head, not just when I was being laughed at. I did it when I was walking home from school or to the store, or just wandering the streets, killing time. I kept thinking about how funny it would be if I bumped into Ira. I thought of how interesting it would be if we talked. I even tried to stay out longer. I started to take new routes. As naive as it was to behave that way, I kept doing it. What the heck? What is this? Museum? Ah. Oh. Ira. Hi. What are you doing here? Ira points to her cigarette. Oh no, I mean, what are you doing at the center? Came to return some books. Oh. So you go to the library? What are you reading? Stuff. You don't want to say? You won't like it. Huh? Why not? Ira looks like she's weighing down the pros and cons of exposing me to her taste in literature. Did she read something she shouldn't? Uh-oh. But why would they give that? Like, if it's something like really bad, why would they give it to her in the library? It can't be something that bad. Maybe she thinks it's too dark or crass for someone like me. Yeah, maybe it's just like something, I don't know. That's kind of unfair though, isn't it? You know, the other week I finished The Plague by Camus. Never read it. It's about a physician trying to save a town from an epidemic. It's very visceral, but I enjoyed it a lot. Not sure I agree with the message though. Yeah? What was it? It was, basically it's that evil is an inherent part of life. I mean, it is. Like, you're born, you're literally born evil, yet still have good in you. Like, you know, like, so like, okay, I'm interested in seeing why why am I even considering the main character's opinion when they were struggling whether to tell the teacher or not? In like, what, like, in 7th or 8th grade, bro. I don't know what grade they're in. But in one of those grades, they were struggling. Like, bro, like, you can't be that unintelligent at that age, bro. Like, there's no excuse, bro. You ain't tripping, bro. Unless, like I was saying before, they have something crazy happens in this, you know, closed off community that for some reason, you know, she wouldn't know when she thinks it's normal because apparently it's not talked about and it's maybe accepted or something. I don't know what's going on. You can try warding it off, but it'll never be for good. And even if you do good things in times of crisis, there will always be some greater force spiking your guns. Yeah, sounds about right. You see, Ira gets it, bro. Huh? I guess there are some okay people in the world, but there's a lot more dirtbags. Really? Well, I mean, it is harder to be good. You know, obviously, easier to just take the bad route, be the bad person. It's a pretty depressing way to look at it. That's how it is. I don't know if I agree. At least I've never met someone I'd call a dirtbag. You serious? Garen's right there. Garen? Well, he's not that bad. Really, I don't think he means it. I'm sure everyone is trying the best they can. I remember like she had like a philosophy where she was like, oh, they just don't know that they're hurting somebody. They might be hurting you, but they don't really know it though. They don't know what they're doing. They don't know the full extent of what they're doing. I don't know, man. Oh yeah, she was like, oh, some people wake up in the morning and they don't think about hurting somebody. You know, it depends on the case. I don't know, man. Most people wouldn't want to cause anyone pain, right? I think that's something chemists and I agree on. Huh? Yeah, right. If everyone's so nice, where's all that greater evil coming from? You think it's some natural phenomenon? No, of course not. There are things we perceive as painful in the moment, and there are really horrible, awful things happening every day. But I don't think it's right to call them evil. Evil's intentional. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Okay, there are some instances where there's a situation that is a mistake, and then there's other situations like murder where it is intentful. They were like, yes, I will murder you. Some with more intent than others, but there are like situations like that. She's tripping out. She's a little naive. We'll say that. Those things don't come from bad intentions. Sadness, loneliness, misunderstanding, fear, but not evil. There was this famous judge, Dionysius. This is like some Greek name, Dionysius. Dionysius, something like that, from ancient Greece, I think. Anyway, he said evil is not a being, or if it were, it wouldn't be totally evil. Evil has no place among being. Okay, yeah, well, there's nobody like completely evil, entirely evil, but there's like some partial evil in there. There's like some bad actions, some bad thoughts, some bad intent people have. Damn. Bro, damn. They even had the whole like sound effect. Okay, so Hitler's not evil? Okay, let me answer your question, Ira. Let me think. I mean, he's not entirely evil. He is you know evil. Like, he had evil intentions. Like everybody has evil intentions, right? But if you like dumb it down, he was looking out for his people. Okay, this might sound crazy. Hold up, chill out. This might sound crazy. He I'm looking at the facts here, right? He was looking out for his own people, right? Because at the time Germany was going like bankrupt, and like the whole economy was like, you know, crashing and stuff like that. It was getting pretty bad, right? And if nothing was done, it would get even worse, right? Obviously, his methods were horrible, right? He was basically like a Lelouch type. He was like, ends justify the means, right? And to be fair, Germany's still here, you know, because of what his actions led to, right? Obviously, it was very bad what he did, very horrible, right? But he did complete what he wanted to do to save the people, the nation that he belonged to, right? And that that also comes down to like, you know, like the winner, the hero, right, of a war is the victor, right? The loser, the villain is always the loser, right? So it's really like either or right here, right? Because like there's a whole thing, right? But like he's not completely to blame, right? Like I'm sure like there could have been like an alternative route where people helped him out, the whole nation, I mean, to maybe get better. But obviously, people were like looking out for their own necks, and sometimes that they do be helping out sometimes, right? But very little, right? They wouldn't give you like a ton, right? A ton of research stuff like that, right? But yeah, politics ain't my thing, right? But I do understand how the mind works and stuff like that in these instances, right? And setting that all aside, he wasn't. I wouldn't say he's evil, but he did do evil acts, right? He did have like bad intent, and maybe he didn't even have bad intent, right? Some people are so deluded, closed-minded that they think that their methods, are correct, right? In the time or something like that, right? And they'll do like whatever it takes to get what they want, right? Stuff like that, right? The real people to blame is at art school, because if he got into art, maybe he wouldn't be, maybe things would have been different, right? But who knows? Maybe if he got into art, right? Maybe Germany would be in a worse state than it is now, like, because like they were like not like they were like in really bad like debt, all that stuff, and I mean they still are not kind of, right? But at least they got more stability since that point. Now they're still here on the map, so who knows? Maybe if he didn't show up, Germany wouldn't be on the map right now. It would have maybe collapsed, right? Fallen from inside out. So I would not say that he's entirely evil now. No, Ira. That's a rather extreme example, but it's not like he was born that way, was he? I mean, you kind of are born with a bad intent, but you're not evil. Like nobody teaches you to, I don't know, to like hit people or something like that when you're younger. Because there's kids who like they can't really formulate thoughts, right? But they know how to like snatch something from somebody else, and they know it'll make them cry and stuff like that. But they still do it anyways, right? Just because they're looking out for themselves, right? Stuff like that, right? They only care about themselves in a selfish manner, and because they're doing that, they're hurting somebody else. So I mean, there's that human nature part of it. It wasn't his natural quality, I don't think. So the point still stands. He grew up and became evil as hell. Evil exists, it's freaking everywhere. Just because there's a reason for it doesn't make it better. Damn, your ear's talking back to me? Bro, okay. You can't. Nah. She's like, oh, just cause he had to save his people don't mean nothing. I mean, think about if it was you, Ira. Think about if it was you. If it was your family, would you let another family thrive while yours would starve? When you had the chance to switch the tables, even if it was through force, what would you choose, Ira? Would you let your evil out, huh? Would you let the alpha out? The wolf? I feel like she would, like, she kind of feels like she would belong in like Twilight or something. I don't know, the vibe of like she looked like she'd be like become like a werewolf or something. Anyways, yeah, keep going. Of course not. I just don't like them. I just don't like when it's described as something omnipresent. Omni what? It's like, doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is, we aren't born with some big evil force inside of us. Actually, we're born into sin. Get it right, Aisha. I'm blaming. I mean, we are, but she's probably not Christian. In this like secret society they got going on here, I don't even know if they have Christianity like in. We need to bring the Bible in here, bro. That would solve everything, bro. Trust me, bro. Maybe who knows? Maybe the situation wouldn't have happened. Maybe she wouldn't have disappeared. Maybe all those things would happen if they just had like Bible with them, right? They just had some church in them, some Holy Spirit. Who knows? We aren't born with some big evil force inside of us. I doubt the universe is any different. What? The universe and a person, of course, it's different. So how can she believe in God, right? In a higher, higher being, right? Yet not understand the simplistic what's it called? What simplistic idea of, I mean, maybe who knows? Maybe the Bible doesn't even exist in this world. Oh, well. Yes, it's not. I know that. But it is kind of being, right? Or, I mean, since every big being is pure by default. I don't know about that one. Well, I don't think we're pure by default. Definitely not. So is the universe, because it's the idea of being itself, right? And so that's an interesting way to think about it. I'm not making any sense, am I? You're not. This is probably the longest I've ever talked. Sorry. It's whatever. About what I expect. What does that mean? You're weird. You say weird things. For a second I feel a lump rising in my throat. But when I realize something, Ira doesn't look annoyed with me. In fact, it's like she's not repulsed by me at all. I don't really get it, but it must be nice being able to think that way. Huh? Like everyone's good deep down. Like nobody would ever hurt someone on purpose. I mean, like I said, it goes both ways. Like they'll be, you know, they have to let their evil out, and then they gotta let their good out sometimes, right? Because they gotta have like a balance, right? It's like two forces ripping each other out, right? Tugging on your heart to pick one, right? But obviously, ultimately, it's up to you if you fall for the temptation of acting without thinking, without really thinking it through. That's a sweet world you're living in. How do you do it? If I were you, I'd be angry as hell. Aren't you pretty or angry already? Angrier. Whoa, even angrier? Yes, I'd be 100 times as pissed. Scary. You bet. I imagined Ira throwing 100 chairs. 100 chairs flying towards 100 gardens. Chairs flying, bow compasses swinging. Ira is like a, oh my goodness, bodhisattva. Dozens of hands. Half are for holding furniture, half are for stationary. What? Halo of chairs and compasses. A halo drawn with a compass. Every new compass draws another halo. 100 more compasses, 100 times more halos. Ira surrounded by 100 halos. Oh, like the tangerine? The halo little thingy of ours? We talk for a little while longer. Just idle chatter while she finishes her smoke. I tell her about some books I've recently read. Man, she's gonna get like secondhand contamination. My impressions, my interpretations. I'm not exactly used to sharing those, so my thoughts come out sounding dumb and crumbled. I'm telling you, bruh, this is getting a little crazy. She keeps listening though. Every time I say something, I search for Ira's face for signs of boredom. Maybe I'm just not looking hard enough, but I can't find anything of the sort. Man, she's gonna get more obsessed with this, bro. Oh jeez, I feel so happy I might die. I gotta go. She puts out her cigarette butt. Oh, really? Yeah, plans. I understand. But some of those novels sounded kinda interesting. I'll check them out if I don't forget. Really? Please let me know if you do. And sorry, that stupid philosophy. Philo? I think they're just spelled wrong. Philosophy talk. Can you shut up with the freaking apologies? I just said thanks. And I sorry. Ira gives me a look of so threatening I cut myself off. Right. Or I hope you enjoy them. She nods in approval. Phew. Oh, and the books I read. They were yes. Angelic? Huh? By Anne Galland. And Angelique? The romance series? Yeah, it's historical. It's not just lovey-dovey stuff, you know. I know my mom really liked them. They seem wonderful. I never got to read them, and I didn't expect you to be into. They're fine. It's not like I'm a huge fan or anything. You're not? It's just that if you want to read something historical or whatever, they're alright. Oh, okay. I'll remember that. Ira looks like she's about to say something else, but then turns on her heels and stomps away. See ya. Ah, yes, see you around. Ira disappears down the street. There she goes again. My body leans against the frigid wall. My legs are weak. We talked. Ira and I really talked. I never would have guessed. It was even nicer than I imagined, and I had no idea. So, she likes books like that, huh? I've never heard of Angelique books, or what? Ira likes novels like that. It's so wonderful. It's really, really wonderful. Every new thing I learned about her is more wonderful than the last. I need to meet her with her again. I want to talk more. Maybe next time she'll tell me a little more about herself. It kind of feels like I hogged the entire conversation now that I think back to it. That was really self-centered to me. Next time, I'll have to ask Ira more questions. I'll ask more about the books she likes. Maybe we can talk about movies. I wonder what her favorites are. Does she also like romance films? That would be cute. I usually prefer detective films, but I really enjoy all kind of movies. So, if she wanted to watch something, maybe we could even go to the cinema. That could be so much fun. It's been a long time since I've gone there. I need to see her again. Damn, but this is what happens when you're deprived of friendship, deprived of interaction at the age of like what, 14 or 15? She said. She skips even more often than before. No point in keeping up with classes if you're getting expelled anyway. I guess that's Ira's modus operandi. To some degree I understand it, but I still wish she showed her face from time to time, if only for one reason, for one lesson. We probably wouldn't talk even if she came. It's not something we ever do in class, so I don't expect anything in that regard. Just seeing the back of her head would be enough. What's with ya, Shabina? Huh? You're all smiles. Finally taking my advice to heart? What advice? Not looking like you're about to hang yourself for a change. It's great to see, really. Yes, it is great. We're so proud of you. How about brushing your hair next? That grin makes you look like a basket case. Thanks, Vadim. I'll do that. Huh. You're welcome. He grabs my English notebook off the table. Payment for my services. His friends chuckle along. I couldn't care less about that, even though she isn't here today. I don't mind. I know we're gonna see each other soon. I'm gonna do everything to bump into Ira again. I walk the whole town up and down so that we see each other. I'll scour every corner of this place to find her. Perhaps I'm being overly reliant on the universe's kindness. At the end of the day, even if I walk all the possible routes, there's no guarantee I'll run into Ira. But I want to believe. No, I'm convinced the world is merciful. So if I try my hardest, maybe my efforts will be rewarded. Of course, it's an entitled way of thinking, but there's so little time left. Too little time. I need to make the most of it. I'll make as many memorable moments as I can while Ira's here. I'll make every encounter count. I'll fill this measly scrap of time with wonderful things. Ira, hi. Yeah. Oh, it's you. She sighs with a mixture of relief and irritation. I barely hold in a giggle. I'm so glad to see her. It worked. I spotted Ira between the rows of garages on the edge of the town. She was crouching down by the wooden wall, hugging a thermos with one hand and holding a cigarette in the other. What are you doing here? What does it look like? Meditating? Wrong answer. Ira shakes her head and looks back at the ground. Huh. The rush of joy that had washed over me when I first noticed her began to dwindle. Now that I take a closer look, I don't think I've ever seen Ira curled up in this way before. Everything about her posture screams exhausted. But why? Out here? Are you okay? She mutters something, huh? Ing on me. What was that? I didn't quite catch that. I'll take a tentative step towards her, but Ira's scowl stops me dead in my tracks. Eh? You spying on me now? What? No. I was just walking here. At a garage lot? Yes. She gives me a look of such contempt. It sends a shiver down my spine. Why? I'm not lying. Really. I always take these walks after school. And going the same route gets boring over time, so sometimes I go through here. Or through the barracks. Or a couple of times I went to the helipad. You know, the one that's over there. As I speak, I see Ira's expression slowly change from disdain to confusion. Ah, this isn't right. We talked so nicely just a few days prior. Why then? Why? Did she hear something bad about me? From who? I don't think she believed a word of Garen's. I mean, I usually stroll along the main street, or near the community center. But it'll get colder soon, you know. So, it's better to enjoy the outdoors while you can, right? I just keep speaking, hoping she'll stop being mad at me. I need to keep going, I need to keep talking, because that's what I wanted to do with her. I wanted to talk, and so I have to, because I can't waste this moment. We can recover from this. I can cheer her up, and we can clear everything up. And she won't think that I'm some creep, and then maybe she'll talk back to me too, and then maybe we can go to the cinema, and then maybe... I gotta chill. I just can't stand it. I can't bear having her glare at me in this silence. And you know, the views are really great here on the outskirts. The sky is bigger, and you can see way into the tundra, and... what I mean is, I didn't think you'd be here. That's a lie. Well, more of a half-truth. I hope she'd be here. Like, I hope she'd be whenever I went. It's just that this isn't what I imagined at all. Not after our last meeting, not after everything. She's just staring at me. For a moment, her eyes soften. Then she closes them, as if looking at me was wearing her out. She takes a drag and turns away from me. Goodness. Can't I be alone for 5 minutes? I'm sorry. I wait for her to respond with something like, why are you apologizing again? Cut it out. Or even just whatever is fine. But she doesn't say anything. I'm sorry. I'll be going then. Goodbye. Silence. I walk away. I mean, it is kind of creepy that you're looking for her. Like, I would get bothered too if there's a guy trying to talk with me wherever I went, right? Find me at the supermarket, and you're trying to strike up a conversation out of nowhere. I don't even know you like that. Cold wind blows you in my face. Cold wind blows in my face. The mounds of snow on garage roofs look smooth and soft. When blizzards hit, they get completely buried. I'd like to have a snow hill form over me too. They look cozy. Actually, I wonder what Ira carries in her thermos. Oh, I was thinking like a thermostat for some reason, like a measuring thing for like coldness. I don't know why. But she's talking about like a thermos like bottle. I guess tea would be the obvious answer, but what if she's one of those people that like to have some warm soup with them? That would be cute. I should have asked her about it. Yes, it's getting a little obsessive, and whatever her name is not liking it. I feel like I'm gonna cry. But I mean, like, she's desperate and obsessive. It's a bad combo, and it's timed, so like the desperation gets worse. So it makes sense. Hey, you got any plans for New Year's? What plans? I'll be with my folks. No, I mean after that. My sister's going to a party with other upperclassmen. Oh, you serious? Think we could sneak in? No way. I don't want to hang out with her. Man, come on. They're gonna have those older girls there too, right? Oh hell no. This sounds like a certain somebody. The ones from grade 10. Oh, I bet Mishina will be there. Like she'd talk to you. Hey, you don't know that. I said we're not crashing anything. They won't let us in anyway. That's true. Tusk, where are we going then? Whose place? Not mine. We've got grandma coming over. I can't host. You? Me neither. Vadim? No way. He's kind of tired recently. Oh no. Vadim, no, Vadim. No, Vadim. No. Trouble at home, Vadim? No. No, Vadim, no. This is not good, Vadim, no. Ah, really? Yeah. It's whatever, though. Work stuff, I guess. I hear you. My mom's also out of it. All the adults are pretty stressed, huh? Figures. It's the end of the year. And it's kind of crazy. Like, just to think about that's crazy. Just think about it real quick. Take a moment with me. Just stare into the blankness. Think about that. Just think about how complex that is. Think about how crazy it is, right? How insane it is. right? Right? Just think about that, right? Just think about like, what if you were there, right? What if you were there? What would you do? Huh? Yeah, I'm talking to you. Huh? What would you do? Yeah, bro, tell me. You don't go, bro. Hey, bro, don't go. Hey. I'm trying to talk with you here, right? I know this is just some video you watch on your phone, right? But hey, two eyes up here, right? What would you do there? Now, if you were Vadim, if you were main character, if you were Ira, okay, maybe the main character is like the best way to put it, because like that's we know the most about her, right? What would you do, huh? You got no friends. You're in some luxury private world. 6,000 people meant like at max, right? You like would you obsess over you that one friend that you could get? Probably. At the age of like 10, bro, yeah. Probably, or whatever, like 14, whatever, same thing. She has the mentality of a 10-year-old, I give you that. Anyways, bro, look to the left of that cabinet, right? And then look at the little like black spots, bro. They're like 2 dots that look like eyes, bro. Like somebody's peering out. I'm telling you, bro. The atmosphere here is crazy. It's just fire. Anyways, let's continue. Right, it's almost New Year's. It's a shame, but I don't feel festive at all. I'll need to help my mom decorate the house. Should I remind her about that? It feels like all of us kind of forgot the holidays. At least I did. Well, maybe I didn't really forget. The end of the year has been looming in the back of my mind, but not as a cause for celebration. All I could think about were the days counting down to the moment year would move away. Ira. She's absent again. I'm not surprised. I wish I could clear things up with her. I'm not sure how, but I have to. Maybe I should apologize again. What for? Did I really do something wrong? I guess I've been pretty annoying, but I don't know anymore. I need to think of something that could cheer her up next time we meet. Will more apologies really cut it? Probably not. She'll just get more annoyed. Where's that poem, bro? Maybe that may be a small gift. That might be weird though. And I won't get any more allowance until next week. What could I even buy with the spare change? Huh. Maybe a little treat will do. A waffle? Would she like a waffle? Ah! What the hell? She's not a freaking dog. Why does my mind go to some weird place with her? I should just shut up. Focus on something else. It's so difficult to do these days. Difficult. But I have to try. Inhale. Exhale. A little questionable, but we'll let it slide. Oh, it was... Okay. There. A little clearer. I see the sidewalk a little better. Buildings, the sky, the lights. Everything around is friendly. Everything is beautiful. Oh, like the name of the game, everything is beautiful. I love the world and everything in it. That's great. Those are great things to look at and think about. Okay, this is kind of interesting, right? Because if they're making this character naive on purpose, thinking that the world is, good no matter what. That everything is beautiful, everything is sunshine and rainbows, even in the dark times, even in the bad times, even with the bad things going on daily, right? Like she said, right? And then Ira obviously is opposed to that because she is exposed to like probably a darker world. She probably grew up in a darker like family world. Has darker experiences compared to the main character, right? That doesn't have that, right? So Ira and the main character are kind of going head to head here in like ideology, right? Which is what they expressed there already. So I like how they're building this up. I like the message they're trying to build here, right? So I'm sure they're gonna go out on the route where the main character is gonna their ideology is obviously gonna get tested, right? They're gonna be seeing and experiencing some horrible things, and they're gonna be tested. Like, do you still think the world is beautiful, right? Like how you explain it, right? Do you really not think there's dirt everywhere, right? Do you not see the dirt? Do you not acknowledge it? Do you still turn away when you see it, stuff like that? Yeah. So we'll see. But that's interesting though. That could lead up to a really good ending, depending on how they do it. I just hope that they land it. Let's see. No, perhaps I shouldn't breathe so deeply. You can really get sick from this. It has been getting colder after all. My usual routes have been getting harder and harder to finish. And it's not just the temperature. The paths on the outskirts get snowed over, so trudging through them tires me out really quickly. The winds are picking up too. Even when I cover myself up with a scarf, it feels as if my face is being pelted. I'm not meeting anyone out here in this weather. I should have gone to the library today. What time is it? Maybe I can still make it. It closes at 6, so no, for sure not. Oh well. They've already begun putting up New Year's decorations. Everything's lined up with lights. Oh, there's a pine tree near the community center. It's so tall and bare for now. Well, I like it as is. The way the snow rests on its branches makes it look so mighty. Alright, I'm getting into a bit of a festive mood. Wish the frost weren't so prickly, then I'd look around some more. The streets are empty, save for a couple of adults I saw walking down to the bar. Hard to imagine there would be a lot of people out on an evening like this. So why have I been meandering around like I've got nothing better to do? I mean, you don't. Probably, I don't know what you do. Other than like read and watch TV. If you had like ABA at home, okay, it'd be a different story. I'll tell you that. Or like Fortnite, I don't know. Fortnite was fire to me when I was like in middle school, so it'd probably still be for her. Every answer to this is embarrassing. The inside of our apartment block is warm and muddy orange. There's no elevator, but then again, it's only 5 floors. I make my way upstairs. An idea is forming in my head. An obvious solution to the problem I've been having. It's perfect. I have the perfect plan for the evening. Just make the poem, bro. She'll enjoy that. She literally asked you to do it. There's our door. It's kind of uninviting. But that's just my opinion. I bet Dad's guests find it quite welcoming. Though, judging by how quiet it is, I turn the key and enter. We're gonna see our house. The only sound is the faint muttering of the TV coming from the living room. Yes. Thank goodness, no visitors today. I hang my wet coat up to dry, take off my shoes, and quietly go down the corridor. What kind of corridor is this, bro? Damn. What the hell? What kind of texture even is that? Hello. I don't even stop to peek into the room. I won't see anything I haven't seen before. At least tonight seems like it will be calm. So she has trouble too at home? I wash my hands. When I exit the bathroom, I hear a soft voice from the kitchen. Out with friends again? Uh-huh. Hi. Damn. And she lying too? Yeah, I got friends, trust. Trust me, I got friends. Mom nods her head, staring in front of her. She's smoking again. I go in and open the window, then turn on the light. Oh, okay, I think... wait, it was pitch black? Damn. She squints from the sudden brightness. You want some tea? I bet I'm setting the kettle. She shakes her head. I sit opposite her. I sit to the opposite side of her and wait for the water to boil. She's not saying anything to me, and neither am I. It's not awkward per se. I just pick at the oilcloth and swat away the smoke that occasionally drifts in my direction. We're both used to this kind of thing in our own way. Even so, I go to my room as soon as I fill up the teapot. At least the room's pretty nice. There you go. I don't like locking myself in here. I do it every time, and every time I'm swarmed with nasty thoughts. Can't even spend some time with your own mother? You run away from her, even though she has it so hard. You traitor. Brat. Ungrateful filth. Damn. It's the kind of self-flagellation that goes nowhere. Do I think that if I badmouth myself enough, I'll be forgiven? This happens every time and changes. I mean, she's literally smoking in your face. I wouldn't want to be around that either. I don't lie. Like, I feel like her mother could at least like chill out on smoking when your daughter's like a little right in front of you. So there you go. and the mom's not exactly saying anything to like, hey, let's go I don't know, like hang out, right? Mom is just, you know, not talking, right? So if anything, she's supposed to be the one facilitating the good environment, but obviously this is bro, nobody has a good family in this game. Damn, this happens every time and changes nothing. It's pointless. So I direct my attention elsewhere. Whoa, what was I gonna do? What was I? All right, I pick up a pen and start flipping through my notebooks. Ira asked me to write a poem. There you go. Just thinking back to it makes me feel so giddy. She said it. She told me she liked it. Ira likes my poems. Aha. Ha 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 ha. Nobody has ever said that to me before. Well, Tosia did. But that was years ago. That poem, the one that Garn read, what did she like about it? Maybe I should have asked. Where was it? That's it.
Сырая черная земля.
Bro, speak English. I don't know what you're saying. Hello? I can't speak Russian. Pizza. Скрыться. Okay. Oh, there you go. Oh, damn, Black Earth. Do not hold me so tenderly. Do not tear your snow white attire and sleep peacefully. I will scratch and I will beat, but frost will still glimmer, and birds will still fly across the sky, and a pale dawn will come. What? Okay. Damn. Okay. I'm trying to like decipher this poem as I'm reading it. I'm not gonna be a fast reader. Come on. Gah. It's so lame. I can't blame them for laughing. If anything, Garn was too nice, but at least she liked it. For some freaking reason, Ira liked it, so maybe it's not all that bad. Maybe I can make something worthwhile. At least worthwhile in Ira's eyes. That's all I really need. She got angry at me the last time I saw her. I don't know why. I messed up a lot. I really messed up a lot. I doubt she was in a bad mood because of me. But I definitely didn't help. But now I will. Maybe if I do this, she won't be so mad at me anymore. I've been really trying since that day. The day she helped me with the diary, I mean. I've been trying, but I can't get the words to flow right. Oh no, I guess she has been working on it. I don't know. Today though, I really want to do this today. I think I can do it. I'm like a kid that only does their homework when their parents yell at them. I don't even know when she will show up to school again. Bumping into each other in the street is a tough bet, especially with this weather. Well, I'll try anyway. I've got nothing else to lose. What's the worst case scenario? Appreciating gorgeous scenery? Oh, heaven forbid. I'm gonna enjoy this to the hell and back. And when I hand the poem to Ira, then it'll all be worth it. Okay. Hopefully I can read this one and decipher it. I was gonna pause and actually try to decipher the last one, but it auto went on its own. Ow. My wrist is tired. I'm gonna totally wear down this poor eraser at this rate. I've got to remember to buy a new one. It's just a bit annoying. Even though I asked my classmates to be more careful, they always forget about it. I didn't used to do that before. But now whenever I lend a textbook to somebody, I specifically ask them not to doodle in it. Despite that, they always come back with crude drawings all over. I can't hand them back to the library like that. And I'll get in trouble if a teacher sees it. Sigh. I lean back in my chair. A week. That's how long it has been since I last seen her. It's not exactly new for her to skip for several days at a time, but a whole week. Nobody else seems to be bothered though. I shouldn't be either. It's not her job to be my I don't want to call her pit bull. Either way, it's nothing new. Nothing bad. Maybe Ira is taking in the town she's grown to love. Who knows when she'll return here after she moves out. I get that. I would do the same. But still, I wish I could just see her. Is she still mad at me? I really hope not. But if she is, I have just the thing to help it. That's right. It's done. I wrote Ira a poem. I wonder how she'll react. I wonder if she'll like it. I really hope she likes it. Maybe she'll smile. Or what if she gets flustered? That would be so cute. I want to see her make that face again. Okay. A little sus, but we wing it. I keep walking around. I don't really expect to see her at this point. It just feels like a duty I need to fulfill. Okay, if it wasn't obvious, at least for me, right? I'm suspecting she's gonna, like the last time they like bump into each other, it's gonna be like a really, like, that's gonna be like part of the evidence that she's trying to tell that teacher, but the other girl wouldn't let her. Which is gonna be some, like, it has to be some crazy information that she for some reason is like dodging it, right? It just feels like a duty I need to fulfill, like a soldier patrolling the streets. Whoa, that sounds pretty cool. And it's not like the weather is harsh all the time. Real colds will settle in a couple weeks. The wind can get annoying after a few hours, but aside from that, it's bearable. It's pretty. It's all good. The main road, the 2 residential streets, the community center, the helipad, the garages, the parking lot, the school, the stadium, the research center. Yeah, she is walking through the entire town. The kindergartens, the barracks. I've seen it all 1,000 times. Perhaps somewhere deep that I'm a little tired of this view. Okay, so obviously this our main character has to be like literally insane. Which I mean is not like too far off to like it's not like it's her fault, right? Really, because like their entire environment is pretty screwed up. For like most of these kids, right? Like almost everybody here is like has a screwed up past, screwed up present. So obviously they're gonna be a little crazy. But it's nice that they justify it and they give it a reason why, and it's not just because they feel like it. But I can't hate it, and I can't pretend like I won't miss it when it ceases to exist. When I finish school, I go to university. I'll tell everyone I'm from Vorkuta, not Vorkuta number 5, because Vorkuta 5 does not exist. People from Vorkuta 5 do not exist. The ones outside will ask me something about Vorkuta, the real Vorkuta, and I'll answer with zero hesitation. If I couldn't do that, I wouldn't be allowed to leave at all. To leave Vorkuta 5, you have to deny its existence. I have to deny its existence no matter how much I want it to exist. I have to deny. I have to. What? They set up, you can't talk about it? Bro, what is going on in this outpost or whatever, this town? But it's tough. So tough that I'm not sure I'll ever manage. Realistically, I'll probably slip up and blurt out something incongruent. I do slip up a lot. I hope I'll get better at it by then. Bro, what is going on with the sound? They want to keep it like top secret. Maybe I should stop. But like, just tell people to keep it top secret. Like what? Like there has to be like some consequence or like some like people watching you to make sure you're not saying something you shouldn't. I lower my scarf and take a big breath. Ouch. I'm seriously gonna catch a cold from this. But at least my head feels really clear. I look up and see the familiar purple gray of the northern twilight. No, not twilight. Today's the first day of this year's polar night, so I won't see the sun until the tail end of December. It's nothing too bad. Personally, I don't mind the dark. Some people seem to get really depressed during this time, but I'm not one of those. If I stay out for just a little longer and wait for the clouds to clear, I'll see the stars come out into the view. Oh, that's cool. They actually did come out of view. It's a beautiful sight, especially from here. From the barracks, far better than that dinky sliver of the sky I'd see from my apartment windows. I wish that I could stick around for longer, but it's getting too cold. I start making my way back. Decrepit rows of workers housing disappear behind bigger and better homes. There's that old playground just around the corner. That's right, we used to go there all the time with Tosia. Even back then, it was kind of unpopular. They built a newer one just 5 minutes away, so we often got to have the whole thing to ourselves. I guess that's why we like the place. Somehow today feels quieter than ever. I can hear a faint clicking sound as the wind passes through the swing set chains. I slow down. There is a figure sitting on the frozen merry-go-round. Ira? A drunkard? Oh. A drunkard? No, we don't have those kinds of people here. At least not out and about on the streets. And the frame doesn't seem like it belongs to a man either. Ira! I approach gently, making my way through the snow. My Valenki sink into it with almost no resistance, almost zero sound. What the heck is Valenki? What? When was the last time we've had snow this soft? I don't remember. But perhaps I've stopped noticing the crunch of the ice under my feet. Perhaps it's me being too focused on the person I've now recognized as Ira. Who would have guessed? Oh, Ira, you don't look too good. You don't look too good, man. What? Oh, whoa, I don't look too good. Oh no, man. She's hunched over, elbows on her knees, hood down, despite the cold. Her hair is tangled, half wet from the snow. What is she doing out here? Smoking or? Oh? I stop a few meters away. Ira is letting out a quiet, gasping sobs. Ira. She looks up fast, as if jolted awake. Eyes red and puffy, face raw from wiping at it with her sleeves. There's a bit of snot on her upper lip. What? What do you want? I don't know what to answer. What do I want? All I can think about is how I've never seen a person look so small. Ira swipes at her eyes again, then stands. She stumbles a little, trying to regain her posture, her usual posture. What? Another one of your hangout spots? Dang creep. Her voice cracks halfway through. Well, enjoying the show? I slowly shake my head. No, I saw you. Ira rubs her nose on her sleeve again. Her hands are shaking. Then go back to wherever the hell you came from. Go home, Aisha. This isn't for you. I take a small step forward. I want to say something, but my head draws a blank. Bro, give her the power! Oh my goodness, bro. Before I can squeeze out a single word, Ira turns around and stumbles through the snow away from the playground. I can't even muster the courage to call for her, let alone follow. Simply watch as Ira vanishes into the alley. It's not for her footprints. I believe she was never even there. You had one job! You could have like handed it to her as you were walking up there, and then she'd be like, what the heck? There you go. The snow keeps falling. The feeling I've long forgotten swells inside of me. I've learned to not acknowledge it, so it's got buried many layers deep. The hollow space inside my chest grows darker. The sky is full of pinpricks. What? The world is looking down on me, but not in the way other people do. It's kind and gentle. I don't feel small under its gaze. Its eyes are pure and tender. That was a generational fumble, but okay. You didn't even ask what was wrong. Okay, the end. Damn. Marina. Who was Marina again? I forgot. Oh wait, is Marina like the one that stopped us from going to tell teacher? Wait, was that the last time we saw Ira? December 19th. The inside of Zavoskia Cafe is warm. I looked that way whenever I walked past its huge glass windows, the whole interior basked in golden light. I did feel tempted to enter a couple times, but whenever I saw my classmates there and realized they'd see me sitting at the table alone, I just kept walking. Yep, this is Marina. You've really never been here before? Uh-huh. Well, that's the first time. Well, there's the first time for everything. You gotta try their bird milk souffle. So good. Alright. I think my mom brought something home from this cafe a couple times. Eclairs, Motivate, some other sweets. I don't remember much, but they must have been good. I'm always busy. I always buy my own treats at the store. They're cheap and tasty. Yeah, cheaper than these for sure. Oh. You got something else. I like kartoshka more. Why didn't you recommend it then? They only had one left. Damn. Seriously? Hey, don't misunderstand. You just look like a bird's milk kind of person, you know? What's that supposed to mean? Don't worry about it. Just take a bite. Take a bite. Did you like it? It's wonderful. See? Marina is drinking coffee. She seems like a nice girl. At first I thought she was trying to mess with me or play some sort of prank, but now it doesn't seem so. When she pulled me all the way down the stairs, I thought she'd want to talk outside or outside of school. No way, it's cold as hell. Let's go somewhere comfy, she said. I glanced around. I suppose it's pretty comfy. Most of the customers seem to be other school kids, though the adults are probably at work. We sat at the table in the very corner, nestled behind the window's panes, a good distance away from everyone else. I look back at my teacup. I wonder what Ira would order here. Right, Marina. Huh? So you know I met Ira yesterday. Did you see us? She chews and shakes her head. Oh, then she told me about it. Huh? So yesterday? As far as I know, I'm the last person to have seen her. You met Ira. When exactly? I'm not sure. Around 8 in the morning, I think. Yeah, that lines up. She rang my intercom at 1/2 that. She came to your house? Yeah. She asked me to come out and her voice sounded distressed. I invited her to come inside, but she refused. No. Please just come down. I need to talk. So I ran down and she looked so shaken. I'd never seen her like that before. Not in a long time, at least. Yes, she looked rough when I saw her too. Right? I tried to calm her down, but she kept sobbing. I can't. You were right. I shouldn't have. I don't know. I don't think I can help it anymore. I don't want to go. It's okay. It's okay. You won't go. You won't go, Ira. No, I know. There's more time left. There's no more time left. That's it. I'm out, Marina. Don't say that. We can fix this. We can still. No, I can't. Nobody can. I can't even write anymore. Huh? Can't write anything. Ira. Huh? What? I held her while we stood there weeping. I kept saying the same stuff. She kept saying the same stuff. I didn't know what to do. Then she said, she saw me. Just now. Before I came here, huh? That freaking weirdo. Aisha. She saw me like this. She saw me. Huh? Weirdo. Her words, not mine. She laughs. Don't take it personally. You know how Ira is. She seemed to cool down a little after that. Hey. You sure you don't want to come up? You can stay over at our place if you don't feel right. It's fine. I'm okay. I'll be going then. Wait. Come on. Just like that? Yeah. Bye. You're kidding me. And then she left. You didn't try to stop her? Huh? I mean, I can't, restrain her. And hey, I could ask you the same thing. You didn't hold her down with hands behind her back, did you? No, I didn't. I did just watch her walk away, didn't I? But judging by Marina's story, looks like these two were really friends. What did she say again? She hasn't seen Ira like that in a while. So she's been in a similar state before. And now she's all messed up, all because she'll be forced to leave. So, you can't tell anyone about this? Well, how much do you know about Ira's family? Admittedly, not much. I know there's some issues because of Ira's behavior. They say she'll be expelled and sent away after this quarter. That's about it. Oh, well, you're not far off. Her parents have been catching lots of flack. Yes, but I still don't really understand it. What do you mean? I mean, even if they're getting criticized, sending her away, it just feels like they're giving up on her. Well, what do you suggest they do? Huh? We only have one school. If Ira gets expelled, she has to study somewhere else. That's true. But it feels wrong. There must be other options. I guess some people learn at home. But I'm pretty sure you gotta be disabled to get approved for that. And who's gonna teach her? Her dad works at an institute, and her mom's a nurse. No one has time for that. Wait, I thought her mom was. I don't like it either. Oh wait, yeah. She said her mom was working in that one place on the top of the roof that she said she gave her lunch to. I forgot what that place was, but I don't think that was a hospital. I don't like that either. But I can see where they're coming from. I look down at the cake I've been aimlessly picking at. She's right. I was so quick to cast a moral judgment. Did I expect their whole family to move just because of Ira's poor attendance? Did I expect them to come begging on their knees for the board to keep her enrolled? It's just so childish. I understand, but what does this have to do with keeping silent? Do you know that Ira has a little brother? A little brother? I had no clue. She does. His name is Tolik. Funny kid. I really had no idea. That's okay. You see, it's true Ira's parents haven't had it easy, but Tolik's got it much worse. You know how when adults are cruel, they try to be subtle about it. Kids don't. It's not so bad when you're in the kindergarten. Sure, some kids won't play with you because their mommy told them not to, but they're still too small to really get it. It sucks, but it's not the end of the world. However, he's going to school next year. So right after his sister got expelled, that's one hell of a legacy to walk into. Oh no. No pressure, right? At least nobody will expect too much from him. Don't say that. Sorry, bad joke. But my point is, everyone knows that it's gonna get worse. I can imagine. Yeah. So on top of all that, picture how people will react if they find out his sister was unstable. Ira's already prone to anger. You've seen it yourself, right? Now imagine adding hysterics to the mix. Sobbing, panicking, acting strange. Not a great look. Well, that's a bit crude. I wouldn't call what Ira did hysterics. I wouldn't either. But you know how they're gonna paint this. Words spread fast. You say anything to the teachers or the police, the next day everybody will know in town. That's why I don't think it'll help anybody, Aisha. Okay, well at least her like reasoning for it makes some sense, right? But what if she's actually gone, bro? Like, well, what's, you know, like, what if she got kidnapped, bro? Like, I feel like we're not holding the same weight on both sides here. Like, I think it's worth the risk, right, of that happening, than her like being gone, right? Anyways, let me see how long this thing's been going for. It's been an hour already. All right, I'm gonna cut it here. This is episode 2. This game is really long. It doesn't give me like places to stop at. But yeah, pretty interesting. We've seen all of Ira's like the memories that we had with Ira. So pretty cool to picture it together, piece it together and all that. Definitely, maybe I'll make a part 3. I don't know. Probably because I feel like the story's been connecting pretty well so far, right? Who knows? But yeah. Anyways, have a good one. Maybe I'll make another one. Who knows? Pretty chill story so far. I'm assuming we're gonna go like deep into every single person's family and how it's messed up and all that. Maybe, I don't know if they're gonna go that route, but I really like the main message, the main kind of ideologies crashing and stuff like that. It's pretty cool. Anyways, have a good one. Go crazy.